People think floods are slow, like water rising politely. Flash floods don't do polite. A flash flood is the weather version of an ambush. It's not about how much rain falls in a day, it's about how much rain falls in minutes, and where that water is forced to go. So let's do a storm autopsy. Here's the problem. Most people miss. The storm isn't the only cause. The ground, the roads, the hills, the drains, the rivers, and the timing are part of the weapon. First, what actually happened in a flash flood? A storm parks over an area, or multiple storm cells track over the same place like train cars on the same rail line. Meteorologists call that training. When storms train, one town gets hit again, and again, and again. Rain falls faster than the land can absorb it. Once the ground is saturated, every extra drop becomes runoff. And runoff doesn't vote, it obeys gravity. Water rushes downhill into ditches, streets, underpasses, small creeks, and dry channels that look harmless on a normal day. Those channels can turn into a moving wall of water faster than your brain can accept what it's seeing. Now the real question, why does it get so bad so fast? You need 3 ingredients. Ingredient 1, a lot of moisture in the air. Warm air can hold more water vapor. So when warm, humid air gets lifted, it can dump rain hard and fast. Ingredient 2, a trigger that forces air to rise. That can be a cold front, a sea breeze boundary, a low pressure system, a mountain slope, anything that says, up you go. Ingredient 3, a storm that stays put or keeps repeating. That happens when winds at different heights steer storms over the same track, or when the atmosphere keeps reloading the storm in the same place. Now let's talk about the land, because land decides whether rain becomes a puddle or a disaster. Here are the big flash flood amplifiers. 1. Hard surfaces in cities. Concrete and asphalt don't absorb water, so rain becomes instant runoff, racing into storm drains that can clog or overflow. 2. Steep terrain. In hills and mountains, water accelerates downhill and funnels into narrow valleys. That funnel effect can turn a lot of rain into a violent surge. 3. Already wet ground. If it rained yesterday, the soil is full, the sponge is saturated. So today's rain doesn't soak in, it slides. 4. Burn scars. After wildfires, soils can become water repellent, and vegetation is gone, so water runs off extremely fast, carrying mud and debris. 5. Small creeks and normally dry channels. These are the sneaky ones. People underestimate them because they look like nothing, but they are designed by nature to collect water. That's literally their job. So what were the warning signs? This part matters because flash floods don't always look dramatic at first. You might see just heavy rain, but the danger is upstream, out of sight. Here are practical signals you can take seriously. Rain that is loud on the roof and doesn't let up. If it's intense and constant, assume runoff is building. Water rising in places that are usually dry, ditches filling, curbs overflowing, water covering sidewalks. Streams changing from clear to brown. That means fast-moving runoff is grabbing soil. Fast water is coming. Water that starts carrying debris. Leaves, branches, trash bins, anything moving with the flow means the force is increasing. The sudden silence of drainage failing. If storm drains stop swallowing water and start burping it back up, the system is overwhelmed. Now let's do the why it feels sudden part. Most flash flood deaths aren't in homes. They happen in cars. Because your eyes lie to you. At night, water looks shallow. On a familiar road, you assume the road is still there. But moving water can hide a washed-out surface, and it can push your tires sideways before you realize you're not driving anymore. You're floating. This is the science reality. Water doesn't need to be deep to be dangerous when it's moving. The force comes from speed and volume, not just depth. So what does science-based preparation actually look like? Not panic, not doom scrolling, simple actions that remove you from the worst math. Here's a clean checklist you can follow. Treat flash flood warnings as move now, not wait and see. Warnings mean it's happening or about to happen. Know your low spots. Underpasses, creek crossings, dips in the road, streets that always puddle. Those are your red zones. Have 2 routes home. If one route crosses a low area, your backup route should avoid it completely. If water is covering the road, don't test it. Turn around. You don't need bravery. You need options. If you live downhill, watch uphill rainfall too. Your danger can be someone else's storm. Keep your phone alerts on during storm season. The fastest warning is the one that interrupts your day. Now zoom out. What does a flash flood teach us about extreme weather in general? Extreme weather is rarely random. It's usually a stack of conditions that lined up at the same time. Moist air, a trigger, a repeating storm track, plus land that turns rain into speed. When you learn the pattern, you stop being surprised by the outcome. And that's the point of this playlist. If you want, drop the next event you want us to autopsy. Heat dome, tornado outbreak, hurricane rapid intensification, atmospheric river, your pick. Subscribe to Lost Pages of Science and follow this playlist, Extreme Weather Explained. Next episode, Heat Dome Autopsy, why the air locks heat in place and how it breaks.